I hit it.
I'm in. For once,
Hit like
it
can't miss.
for once, I am prepared.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a very special emergency episode of Jarred.
Emergency being the
Hello.
primitive word.
Hello.
Yeah, operative word on that one. Damn. Hi.
Welcome to Free Britney Part 3.
God, number 3.
Oh.
How many more do you reckon we're gonna have to make of these?
We're definitely gonna have to make some more.
Yeah.
But in light of how serious this week was, I feel like we at least owe it to Britney to step out of hiatus and speak on behalf of our girl.
Yeah, and this isn't just any bonus episode. As previously mentioned, this is an emergency episode, so that means it will be available to the public. This
Everybody's
is not just a
having this.
Patreon thing, so
Everybody having this one.
it's really important. Well,
Ooh, pardon me.
Morning, Dougie.
Okay, good morning, Dougie. Dougie's here, everyone.
I'm sensing a bit of a somber mood this evening.
Are we?
Not from Dougie.
Who are you
Anyway.
Who are you sensing the somber from?
That was sarcasm over Dougie's belching on a serious episode. Golly.
I apologise.
I've had a stressful evening, so excuse me if I seem a bit delayed with things.
We've all been stressed this week, did you not hear our
we've
girl
been-
I said my
testimony?
evening, not the week, my evening. You heard the fiasco I had to deal with earlier.
That wasn't stressful, you're just a baby.
Oh, really? Okay, you really cannot blame my behaviour.
Big old baby.
You cannot blame my behaviour. You cannot.
You say that, but I can. I have autonomy, unlike Britney Spears.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Womp. So anyway, so Britney went back to court on the 23rd, 3 days ago. What was that? Wednesday?
Wednesday, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Wednesday? Yeah.
Did I say Wednesday?
This court was open, which all of her previous hearings have been
not.
closed.
Yeah.
So it's all kind of like he said, she said with the previous hearings. But this one was open. It was up for broadcast. It wasn't supposed to be technically, I guess.
Yeah. Technically, it wasn't supposed to be up for broadcast. In the state of California, it's actually illegal to record hearings like that. Unfortunately, fortunately and unfortunately, and I can explain a little bit on that later, it was recorded. And if there were ways to listen to it live if you took the appropriate steps, me and Jess being two of the people that took the appropriate steps. And there was a point where the judge, what's her name? Judge Penny or something
Judge
like
Penny.
Yeah, Judge Penny. She said, hey, I've now come to the realization that someone is recording and that this is being broadcast, so I'm going to go ahead and shut this shit down now. And on our end, us listening to the live feed, it just cut abruptly.
Yeah.
And I know Jess texted like almost immediately and was like, did you fucking hear that?
Wow.
It's not so much that it's just a tricky situation. It wasn't so much that it's like I said, it's tricky. It wasn't broadcast, but like Amber said, there is a site with the LA County Court where you can sign up and put in the case number or whatever and the case name, and you can be granted permission to listen to the audio version of the proceedings, which is what people were doing. Which, I mean, it's totally public. It's not like you don't have to pay for it. You don't really have to. I mean, you have to sign up for the website to use it. But so in a way, it was kind of like it was broadcasting, but at the same time, not. I guess it's like on a membership type basis. But it wasn't so much that people were listening to the audio proceeding. It was that people were recording it. That was the problem.
Yeah.
Which, if they were going to make the audio for Britney Spears' hearing
They should have seen that coming.
to anyone
They should have fucking
that puts
seen
in
it
their
coming.
email address,
Yeah.
like that's
Yep.
pretty predictable. So, yeah. So what, we did Free Britney 2 right after the documentary, right?
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
documentary was February. It premiered like
Yeah.
February 5th this year or something like that.
Yeah, there's been a lot of speculation about her entire situation between the documentary and the hearing a few days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't she say she actually did watch it?
She did end up posting, and well, did she say she watched it or she heard about it? And
Well,
it
she's obviously
She
heard
never,
about it.
she never said that she watched it. She just said that she knew about it and that it made her sad.
That's right.
It made her feel ashamed, I
That's
think
right.
she said.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like there's a big caveat to that when you take into account how this hearing just went.
Oh, excuse me.
Because obviously there are things that Britney has portrayed on her Instagram and her several means of social media that clearly do not align with what she testified to in court to Judge
Yeah.
Penny.
Well, in the last 4 months or so, especially, she's been riding the "I'm fine, I'm happy, I'm okay" train on Instagram
Yeah.
super hard. Like, it's like she's constantly having to reassure people, "I'm fine, like I'm I'm happy, I'm the happiest I've been in my life, yada yada yada." And the documentary came out, and I was waiting on pins and needles for her to post something on Instagram after that documentary came out, and then she finally came out, and she was like, I don't think she watched it, but I've heard about it and what's in it, and it makes me really sad and ashamed and embarrassed, and all these people think that they know everything about my life, and they don't. And it was almost like she was kind of coming down on the documentary a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know that I'm 100% convinced that, and we've been speculating about this for a while, that we're not even sure that Britney monitors her own social media.
Sometimes I do think that maybe she does get a hold of it, but I don't think that she's the one posting 99% of the time. Like, there might be rare occasions where she actually gets a hold of her phone and is like, I'm going to post something on Instagram while I have it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think the majority of the things that are posted are her, which makes it kind of like, it makes it kind of hard for me to believe with like the initial Free Britney, quote, conspiracy, end quote, with, her giving people signs on social media, because it's like, I really don't kind of believe that that's her posting. So in a way, it's like, how could she be giving anyone signs if it's not her posting?
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, and since the documentary came out, that was a big thing for a while. She made that statement on Instagram. There were stories that came out about how she didn't necessarily want out of the conservatorship. She just didn't want her dad running the show anymore. Like, she was fine to stay in it as long as her dad wasn't the one in control.
Yeah.
Which, as those listening probably remember, late last year, it was decided that her dad was going to split the conservatorship with Jody Montgomery.
Well, technically,
who is Britney's
I was going to say yes, I was going to say technically what ended up happening was he was splitting his financial part of the conservatorship with the Bessemer Trust Bank. And then when it came to like Britney's, basically her autonomy, when it came to her health decisions and, the everyday things that she does, such as going to doctor's appointments or, rehearsals or whatever it is that she's doing, that would all be handled through Jody.
Yes. And for those of us like more invested in the situation, I've kind of been a little on edge about Jody because it doesn't seem like there was much known about her prior to this, so it's kind of hard to discern what her intentions were going into it. Like, is she really on Britney's side, or is she just another one of the people trying to exploit her?
Right, and I don't know if you remember in my first episode, that was kind of when that happened. It was like just the day before, like the couple days before, whenever we recorded that episode, when that decision was made in the court. And at the time, I said that Jody, I mean, basically what she was in charge of was stuff that she was already helping do. After hearing Britney's testimony this week, it kind of sounds like maybe Jody took that ball and then fucking ran with it.
Yeah. Yeah. But their news did come out a while ago that Britney had requested to speak again at her next hearing, which was the June 23rd, when that news came out in like maybe April or May or something like that. I don't remember when, but I saw that and I'm like, they're not going to let her speak. Like, there's no way in hell they're going to let her speak. Yeah. I mean, because we didn't know about what went on in the closed hearings. We didn't know how much they let her speak, if they let her speak at all, because they were closed. We don't know what went on in those. Yeah. So I didn't really think that they were going to give her a chance to speak at this hearing. So I just kind of wrote it off and just kind of forgot about it. And then when the news started building closer to the hearing date, and it was like, yeah, she's going to speak at this one. After seeing the stories about, her wanting to stay in the conservatorship but not have her dad in charge. I mean, I guess I kind of get it. Like, that's the life that she's used to. She doesn't have to worry about managing her own money. Like, she has someone else to set up appointments and vacations, whatever she does. So I'm like, I guess I could understand. Like, that's just what she's used to by now. She just wants someone responsible and someone who cares about her in charge, not necessarily her dad. So going into this and learning that she actually was going to get a chance to speak the other day, I assumed she was going to go into it and just say, can you just take my dad off completely and put Jody in charge of the entire thing? Like, that's what I thought she was going to go into request. I didn't think she was going to play hardball whatsoever. Because with this, as we've learned, it's all about kind of baby steps. Like, right. The first step was getting the conservatorship split between Jamie and Jody. That takes away half of his power. The next step, you would think, would have been taking it to court to get Jamie taken off completely. And then Jody could start working towards terminating the conservatorship as a whole. Yeah. So we know Jamie doesn't want the conservatorship to end, but if you push him out of the way, he's out of the picture, then you, as a person who is objective about the situation, can actually begin to work towards this. The baby steps.
Right.
Britney did not take baby steps here.
No, she didn't.
That's not what I expected at all. At all. She I think she blew everyone out of the water. I don't know any way to describe it except as explosive. Like, yeah. She spoke the fuck out. Like, she did the damn thing.
She's had enough.
And, like,
obviously.
Yeah, no, and as information was coming in, like, especially as soon as, like, the audio kicked out, because even at the time that we were able to get in to the hearing itself to listen to it.
The server crashed.
Yeah, the server completely crashed. Couldn't get in. And then by the time that we did, it really was the tail ass end of it. The only words that I heard Britney say were thank you to the judge. After the judge told her, I thank you for speaking to us today and being so candid and open. And then that's very shortly after that was when the judge was like, okay, shit's leaking. We got to cut this. So things were kind of trickling in slowly in terms of information of what was said.
It was just one thing after another.
Right.
I'm just like...
And then we get the full text of the hearing.
And someone leaked the full audio, all 23 minutes of it on YouTube.
But see, here's the thing. At first, we only got that text.
Yeah.
So me and Jess are reading this. As I'm reading it kind of internally to myself, some of the things that Britney spoke about was fucking heartbreaking. So in my mind, I'm imagining Britney's probably emotional as she's talking about this. Like, to be sure, this woman is crying. Like, but then we got the video, full audio. Britney's not upset. She's pissed the fuck off. And I don't blame her. She didn't cry. She didn't jumble her words. She was like, this is what the fuck this is. And this is what I want to happen going forward. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of my family. I'm sick of my team. I'm sick of having all these fucking appointments. I'm sick of talking to people that I don't know. I'm sick of paying all of these people. And I don't get one fucking say in my life. And I can't blame her for being angry. No. I can't. I can't.
She was lucid, concise. She was determined. She sounded intelligent. There were a couple times where she stumbled over her own words or she was going a little fast. The judge had to ask her to slow down a couple times. But I'm the same way if I'm in a public speaking situation, like in front of, like, not like you guys, like we're recording this, but like in front of actual people. Yeah. Yeah. I could go a million miles a minute when I'm speaking in front of people like that because I'm so nervous. So, I didn't see that as any kind of
nothing like out of the
mental
ordinary.
fault of her. Yeah. That's just an anxiety thing. Yeah. But, she just sounded, and her voice, like, it's blown my mind how many people, since this testimony has come out, that have listened to it have been like, I didn't know that was her real voice. And I'm like, where the fuck have you been?
Well, and here's the thing. If you were a recent fan of Britney.
Yeah.
And all you
or
had...
a Gen Z, even.
Yeah. And you've only been a fan of hers within the last 13 years, and all you had to go off of was the past 13 years. And even we have said that, definitely her voice has gotten a bit, more mousier and, a bit more,
the baby voice.
Yeah, than it used to be. We've made those comments before, but we've also known Britney from the beginning. The voice that you heard in that testimony was 110% her voice. That is not the same voice that she uses on fucking Instagram. That's not a play. That's not a, hey, this is my pop character. This is Britney, bitch.
Yeah. Because when the hearing first started and I was trying to find live feeds, I found the one with or from Washington Post on YouTube. It was just like the crowd of people who were surrounding someone who had the audio pulled up on their phone on that website we were trying to get into. So I couldn't hear shit. But I heard her tone in the audio that, like, I couldn't tell what she was saying, but I heard her voice. I know Britney's voice. I have been a fan of this woman for almost my entire life. So I could hear her voice. I just couldn't tell what she was saying. And then the people in the live feed, they just, after whatever she said, it was an uproar. They just went wild. They're like, yeah, like freaking out and cheering. I'm like, okay, so that confirms it. That was definitely Britney that I heard. I just don't know what the fuck she said. But yeah, the Instagram thing is wild. It's pretty much, it's not confirmed, but it is heavily believed that not only does she speak in a higher tone for her Instagram posts, she also, whoever edits her posts, speed them up, or they speed the videos up. So she sounds higher pitched. So, and that's like, it's weird, but it's not uncommon. Paris Hilton was doing the same thing in the early 2000s at the height of her fame with the baby voice. And then you listen to her actually talk, and she has a much deeper voice. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's just, and some of the things that, oh my God, Britney went all out, dude. She went all out. And anyone that we had any questions about before this, like all the conspiracies in our brains, she pretty much confirmed all of them in that hearing. Like, she said she wants to sue her entire, or if it was possible, she wants to sue her entire family.
She called
Jamie, her dad.
She called that man ignorant.
She did. She
said, my ignorant father.
She said she wants to sue her entire family for
said
knowing
that Jody,
about everything. Yeah, and
she
not
said that
doing
Jody.
anything.
She said that Jody was pushing her too far.
Yep.
So
if we thought Jody was good for her before, then no, she's not.
Yeah, we can squash that idea right away. Honestly, just hearing her speak, it was like she does not have one person in her life that is behind her besides her boyfriend. And the only thing that she asked was could he fucking take her for a ride in his car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
And the thing with
sad is
Sam
that?
is that we didn't really hear much from him in this regard until after the documentary came out. And then he's like on Instagram just bashing Jamie on Instagram. There was a situation where the paparazzi confronted him coming out of the gym, and they were asking about Jamie, and he was like, he's a fucking dick. Like, what do you want me to say?
Hmm.
And then right before the hearing, he posted a picture of himself on Instagram wearing a Free Britney shirt.
And
So he's been much more vocal.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I think that the release of that documentary in February is what's led him to be like, you know what? The world's going to find out soon enough. I may as well speak my fucking truth.
Yeah.
I feel like it made him feel like it gave him a little bit of freedom to speak on it. So
Absolutely. Absolutely.
what was I going to say? So yeah, her entire family is in on it, to include Jamie Lynn, probably her brother Brian. That woman does not have a single person in her life that she can trust.
No.
At all.
That's fucked.
And the thing about it is, and this is what blows my mind, and I'm wondering where the fuck it all went. Britney's net worth should be so much more than what it is now, especially when you compare her to people like Christina Aguilera. Her net worth should be astronomical, even more so than what she has now. And it's like what have you done? All but fucking
where's
run
her money?
Dry. Where is
her
it?
Fucking money?
What is her net
Where
worth?
where is it?
Me and Amber before this today, we were reading. It was like an article or report or something, saying that Britney should be, or she basically had $540 million, or was worth $540 million, combined with her current net worth of $60 million. This woman should be worth $600 million at least, and she's only worth 60. Where is that $540 million?
Whoa.
Take away, and I understand she's paying for everyone's fucking lawyers, and this was probably one of my more favorite quotes from her from this testimony. She said, "They need to understand that they work for me."
Yes, she said that like 2 or 3 times.
She said, "I am paying all of these people that are just taking over my life and not allowing me to do a damn thing, and they don't understand that they work for me."
Nice.
I was like, you go, bitch, because you're right.
Yeah.
She was incredibly self-aware too. Like, she's not some like timid little mouse who's like, it seemed like she was a little bit insecure. Like, there were many times throughout that where she had like really, do you know who I am moments.
Yeah.
Like, she knows who the fuck she is.
Yeah.
And she even mentioned the fact that, I've done this whole fake it till you make it thing because I am Britney Spears. And who the fuck would believe that I'm going through something like this because of who I am?
I heard that quote.
She's very, very self-aware. You can't.
And she said she didn't come forward sooner because she didn't think that anyone would believe her. And she used an example. She and Paris Hilton were BFF in the early 2000s. And I mean, Paris has even been very vocal about the Free Britney movement since all of this started. But one of the examples she used was that she watched Paris Hilton's documentary that came out about what happened to her at boarding school. And because it was Paris Hilton, Britney was initially inclined to not believe it. So she thought that people would see her through that same kind of lens where it's like, this is Britney Spears. Like, that, there's no way that's happening to her. So that's why she didn't come forward about it. But, oh, golly. I don't even know what to... We know that we've previously mentioned that her conservatorship, it controls her ability to vote. It controls her ability to get married, to drive her own car, to spend her own money.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that even legal? Like, outside of the conservatorship?
Yes. Well,
wow.
Within the conservatorship, she cannot vote.
Britney may as well be 16 years old with what she's not able to do legally.
Yes.
Like I knew all the rest of the, but as soon as you said vote, like, because that's a big one. Like
She can't
that's
vote.
Another one that we knew about but didn't know the severity of was that she's not allowed to have any more children, which I
Yeah.
didn't really, I mean, yeah, that's fucked up, but I didn't know the extent at which they were preventing that from happening,
Yeah.
which in her testimony that she gave the other day, she stated to the court that she has an IUD and she is not allowed to have a doctor's appointment to get it removed.
Which,
So they have basically forcibly sterilized this woman.
Yeah.
and to me, that's one of the more fucked up
That
things. Like,
Extremely.
I'm sorry, I'm all about women's rights. It's your right to choose whether you do or you do not. And to force someone onto a type of birth control, first off, not all birth control is meant for every woman.
Yeah.
My doctor personally advised me against an IUD because of some of the health issues that I have. Not every woman is meant for birth control. You just can't. It's unfathomable to me that in this country, you can force a woman into a type of birth control. I'm sorry. Like, that's beyond my level of thinking, of being able to grasp it and accept it, because I can't.
I mean, like I said before, like, we knew that she couldn't do that under her conservatorship, but I never thought any further past that, like, as to what they were doing to keep that from happening. If it were even something more like birth control pills that she had to take with her daily medication, that's
Or
still
throwing
intrusive,
a box of condoms
but-
at her every now and then. I
yeah,
mean, fuck.
that's still intrusive, but it's not quite the same as forcibly putting a birth control device into her body and not letting her take it out.
Yeah.
And then
Yes.
it also makes you wonder if the IUD, if for whatever reason something happened, the IUD failed and she did getting pregnant, they would probably force her to have an abortion.
Yeah.
I have met several IUD babies. I'm just putting that out there. It does happen.
The fucking uproar
It's
that
just-
would happen after that, if that was the case as well, would just.
I'm getting so worked up talking about it. It's just fucking gross.
It's kind of like an outsider on this sort of situation, obviously, because as we know, I'm not that knowledgeable on Britney.
Yes, we know.
Yeah, exactly.
You can say that again.
Yeah, multiple
Same.
times. But I guess I was kind of not blasé, probably a bit, not even stubborn, but I don't know what the right word I'm looking at is, but sort of not really that aware of the whole entire situation, even after our first 2 episodes of this. It's not until really now that she's truly speaking out about it herself, and I've heard some of the audio that's come through and whatever, do I really now know the full extent of it, and it's like, holy fucking shit.
Well, and you've got to understand, too, for at least since 2019, this has all been theories.
Yeah.
Speculation.
I based an entire episode on our theme of conspiracy theories
Yeah.
on what we're talking about, because at the time, you didn't hear shit from Britney.
Yeah.
So now that we've heard from Britney, guess what? Attention, folks, it's not a fucking conspiracy theory anymore.
Yeah. It's
Debunked.
It's, yeah.
Yeah, even Jamie came out in 2019 or early 2020 and called the Free Britney people a bunch
He
of
did.
conspiracy theorists.
I used that quote in my
Yeah,
episode.
you did, yeah.
Another fun fact about the money situation is that, we know that she cannot spend a single dime of this money without reporting it to Jamie. But one thing she said in her testimony was that they wouldn't even let her get regular maintenance appointments for her hair, nails, just basic, like, superficial stuff that us girls
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? But, like, her housekeeping staff were all getting those kinds of things. Like her maids, they would show up every week with
Her mom
different
was
new
getting her
pretty
hair
nails.
done.
Yeah, like everyone on her payroll, they were able to get their hair done and their makeup done and their nails done and all this. But Britney wasn't allowed, which that's one of the things that she said, that not that I doubted any part of her testimony, but that was one that just really checked out for me. And I'm like, she's telling the truth. It wasn't, I never for a second thought, not, any of it was not true, but that was one of the things that it like mentally aligned for me. I'm like,
because it's, to me, it was like one of those small, almost small things that she didn't have to mention, but we've been watching her like a fucking hawk. We've been on her Instagram. We've seen that she hasn't really been, I mean, you can see her roots, okay? You can see her roots.
She will throw that hair up in a messy bun every single day and go about her life.
And I don't think that she really cares. I think what it is, it's just that you're telling me that I can't do this, but everyone else around me is. Like what is this?
Yeah.
I think there might also, I could be wrong, this is just speculation, but I think there is also a piece of her that thinks that maybe if she doesn't look glamorous and beautiful when she's out in public like that, maybe people won't pay her as much attention. I think that that's definitely something that could be going on, because, I mean, you pull up any Instagram post of hers and her hair is just bedhead, her makeup, I love Britney. She's a beautiful woman, and I hate the situation she's in, but her makeup, she looks like she slept in it in almost every single post. Like the smeared black eyeliner, like you can tell this woman does not have a hair or makeup team. Which I always thought was kind of strange. I didn't think that had something to do with the conservatorship, though. But now we know it
just
did.
kind of,
so.
And I mean, Britney's always been that type of girl. We were talking about this earlier. You put her in a Target or a Walmart, she's just fine.
She's fine.
She's fine.
Give her a Starbucks, send her to Target. She's cool.
And I was okay as this coverage was going on. There was I think he works for either CNN or ABC News now, I'm not sure. But he used to be one of the VJs for MTV. Now he's doing...
Kurt Loder?
I don't think it's Kurt Loder. I feel like it's someone else. I could be wrong. But he was talking about how, back then, having to, be backstage and stuff with her, and certain celebrities, they might be a little bit more diva and ask for certain things. He said all that girl asked for was a water and telephone.
Yeah.
I don't think that she's notorious for being some type of diva. I think she's a down ass bitch.
Yeah.
I can't say
I've never really
heard of Britney being a diva.
I've never heard one either.
Like a lot of others.
She seems like one of the few, if not only, that fame did not really change her. Even though she's literally been famous since she was a child, it's still like she just walked out of the Walmart in Kentwood, Louisiana. Yeah,
and the only way that fame has changed her, and it's not necessarily fame, it's media.
Yeah.
What all those fucking tabloids
Paparazzi.
did to her. I mean, you can't blame someone, especially at her age, especially at the point in time at her age, the fact that she just had these babies, and I mean, she was fucking going through it, and everyone did her wrong. That's just it. Everyone did her wrong, and they're still continuing to do her wrong, and she's still getting punished for being a human.
And like I mentioned earlier, this is not the first time that she has spoken and appealed to Judge Penny in court. This is just the first time that we actually get to hear it.
Right.
She mentioned several times in her testimony, well, last time I was here, you treated me like I didn't matter, or like you didn't care.
She said that she felt like she was dead.
Yeah. Like she may as well have not even been there, pretty much. So, yeah. And then there was a part of the testimony where she mentioned that her therapist or one of her doctors put her on lithium with no warning.
Which
So, because of, I think the short story was that she was teaching choreography to some of her dancers. She wanted to change one of the moves, and then the dancers pretty much were like, and kind of like ganged up on her, and then went and told her dad or whoever about it, and then they're like, let's put her on lithium. She's being a diva. She wants to change one dance move. She's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
and
And
if
she
you
said
don't
the
know,
lithium made her feel drunk.
yeah, I was about to say, if you don't know anything about lithium, just Google it. It's a fucking, like our friend Sarah said, I don't understand how people are still getting lithium.
And I mean, that also aligns with her Instagram posts. The things we've seen her post of
Yeah.
herself. It's like,
It adds up.
what the fuck is going on
Yeah.
here?
It really does.
So,
Hmm.
and let's I just want to address Jamie Lynn for a second. First of all, bitch, it's on site. Period.
On site.
Anyway, Jamie Lynn, Britney's sister, has now closed comments on her Instagram.
As well she should.
Her husband has as well.
What turned off their comments was that?
Yes, she has. Because, I mean, Britney said in her testimony that her entire family has failed her and abused her and
She said
exploited
all
the
them
situation.
motherfuckers can get it.
All
of 'em.
Her entire family. That, like I said, that includes Jamie Lynn, Brian, everyone in her family. Jamie Lynn, me and Amber were looking at her Instagram a little bit earlier today. First of all, I don't know what the date of the post was on Britney's, but Britney made this post about childhood memories where she spent summers on her cousin's ranch riding the horses, blah blah blah. And her mom commented and she said something like, "Oh, those were such good memories," whatever. And Jamie comments and she's like, what cousin and what ranch?" Like trying to make Britney look crazy. Like she was making up memories or something. And I'm like, what the fuck? And like she got destroyed in the comments, but it's just one of those things where it's like they're trying to use Britney's Instagram to make her seem unstable.
What was that?
Her own sister.
What was that one comment someone left talking about? Oh fuck. Time out, that's your sister, you should know, bitch, or something. It was
like that's your sister. Why don't you just fucking ask her? I hope you rot in hell.
it was I mean, they went out on her. On her.
But then it's like,
because
if
you remember, like it had to be like a few months ago or something, Jamie made a statement, Jamie Lynn, and she was saying, "Oh, well, you know, you don't understand what goes on in all families. You can't just
you don't know what's like taking care of someone with a mental illness.
Yeah, you don't know what it's like." And it's like, I'm sorry, but the person that I listened to in that testimony didn't sound that mentally ill. She sounded hurt. She sounded depressed and angry, sure. But I fucking would be too.
Yeah. And Jamie Lynn was also another one that we weren't really clear on.
No.
Where she stood in the Britney situation. Because it's like she could easily be a snake, but it's also Britney's sister. And with that comment about the ranch, I'm just like, the first thing I thought of was Jamie Lynn, I think she is either my age or like maybe a year older or younger, like somewhere in this age range. Britney's almost 40. So the age difference of
Jamie Lynn turned 30 this year.
Yeah, it's like the same as me and my sister. And me and my sister, we did not have the same childhoods. Like, obviously, I remember stuff from my childhood that my sister would not remember because either she wasn't alive yet or she was too young to remember.
Yeah.
Same.
So that's the first thing I thought of. I was like, does Jamie realize that they had two different childhoods? Like, and maybe Britney is talking about something that happened before she was born? Yeah. I mean, but then we took a look at Jamie Lynn's Instagram, and her most recent post... it's a set of pictures. They are all like in this corner of this room. There's like a door on this wall, a door on this wall. She's in the corner, and some of these I don't even know if they're poses. They look like action shots. Like some of them, her
Yeah.
arms are like blurred, or she looks dead-eyed like a zombie. Or like she's like looking up at the ceiling like there's nothing artistic or Instagram worthy about them.
And like even the caption, it's like, oh, it just slammed my thumb between these two doors, but perfect timing for a photo op.
Or a really cute spot for a photo op or something. Like something stupid.
What?
And it seemed like she was almost mocking Britney's posts.
Yeah.
And then we went further back, and that wasn't the only post that she's done like that, where it's like a multi-photo post, and photos of her are just bizarre and zombie-like. It's like she's been making fun of Britney on Instagram this whole time.
What if she's the one that's doing Britney's social media?
She probably is. I don't know, though.
I just had that
know.
thought
It's
come to me. I'm sorry.
It would make sense partly, but fuck knows who's got control of that one, honestly.
There's a theory that it's someone, I haven't looked into it, named Cassie something or another. I don't know. But, yeah, Jamie's just, her Instagram is strange. Like, I don't know if she's trying to, with the most recent post, I don't know if she's trying to net sympathy from people and, like, make it look like she's not all there so that people don't come for her after hearing Britney's testimony.
Yeah.
Oh, we
But-
coming.
I said it's on site, bitch. I'm gonna pull her fucking hair. No, but I don't know. Jamie fucking sucks.
Whole lot
By the
of
way,
them suck.
if you're listening, Jamie Lynn is on TikTok, and her comments there are still open. So
Yeah.
We're all heading to TikTok after this.
yeah,
We're not telling you what to do and what not to do, but that's just information for you to know and do at your will what you please.
Yeah.
yes. What else was I gonna add about Jamie Lynn? I don't remember.
Well,
What
while you work on that, I'm just gonna say this whenever it comes to the future of Britney. If you want to hear something a bit more in detail and a bit more intelligent than what I'm about to say, I highly suggest listening to Emily D. Baker on YouTube. She is a lawyer, a former judge, and she's been covering and going over this over some period of time. She does cover other things if you're interested in any type of, law commentary. I'm a little bit of a nerd in that sense. I do like listening to it. So she made some good points about the fact that, of course, we're not going to see anything. We weren't going to see anything directly from this testimony, right? Like, at least not that day. Because, again, it was just her talking just so the judge would know. Going forward, especially with how everything was leaked, I don't think that we're going to have another public hearing. I don't think that, I think from here on out, it's going to be closed and it's going to stay closed. And it's going to be that for a number of reasons. One, being that these fucking medical records that they have been so earnest about keeping sealed, one, the judge is going to want to, of course, let Britney have her privacy in that regard. And she's not going to want to chance whatever is in those medical records. And me and Jess most definitely have a theory about what those medical records may or may not be. I think that the medical records are, and that's been kind of like the antithesis of why nothing's been public to begin with. The medical records are sealed. The medical records are sealed. I don't think there's a whole fucking lot in those medical records, if you want my honest opinion. And that's
Probably
just my
not.
opinion.
Yeah,
And
I don't think there's anything damning in those medical records. I think that's why they're keeping them concealed.
Yeah, because there's no
Because
hard
if-
evidence to back up all these claims.
Yeah, because again, like Jess said earlier, it's kind of been like more hearsay and he said,
Yeah.
she said, up until this point, especially when it comes to what's been happening in court, because nothing up until this point has been public. I have a feeling whatever is in those medical records is enough it's probably enough to put down a lot of people, and that's why
Yeah.
they want to keep this sealed so
Yeah.
so fucking tightly.
Which, if we never get another public hearing, I really don't give a fuck, because we got everything that we needed to know in this one.
Weird.
The damage is done. It's out in the open.
Everybody's on this now.
If they have, 4 or 5 more hearings from now until the end of time and they're all closed, I will never give a fuck, because we got it all.
We have vindication for thinking the things that we were thinking and going, like, and we heard it in her raw, natural voice that was not fucking Instagram.
Yep. I do remember what I was going to say about Jamie Lynn. She is pretty much BFF with Lou Taylor, who is Britney Spears' former business manager, to the extent that before everything kind of popped off with, like, Lou Taylor and everyone hating her, like, publicly, she was, like, commenting on every single post that Jamie Lynn posted. Just, like, heart emojis, or just, like, little supportive comments, things like she and Jamie are tight. And that's not good, because Lou was a major contributor and leech in the conservatorship. There's actually, I don't know if it's still active or not, there was a lawsuit that Britney had filed against Lou Taylor, pretty much, because Britney has been on a work strike for the past 2 or 3 years, saying, as long as my dad is in charge, I am not working.
Yeah.
And even though she has not been working for the last 2 or 3 years, Lou Taylor, Jamie Spears has still been writing checks to Lou Taylor to pay her salary, even though, because Britney's not working, Lou Taylor is not working. So Britney's like, why the fuck are you paying her when I'm not working? Because if I'm not working, then she's not working. So what is she getting a paycheck for? And this, I want to say it was like, it was a couple $100,000 that Lou Taylor was getting every year from Britney Spears' money. So she's, cashing in these big salaries every year for doing nothing, because Britney's not working. So there was some kind of lawsuit in play regarding that in the last couple months. I don't know what came of it, or if it's still a thing or not. But yeah, Lou Taylor is a fucking snake, and Jamie Lynn is best friends with her. So that should have pretty much told us everything we need to know. Also, fun fact, we mentioned in episode 1 that Britney Spears' weekly allowance is, I've seen conflicting reports, it's somewhere between $1,200 a week and $2,000 a week.
That's quite a difference.
Kevin Federline gets $35,000 a month from Britney Spears for child support. He wants $60,000 a month.
The fuck?
So Britney gets somewhere between $5,000 and $8,000 a month of her own money.
And he's begging.
Meanwhile, her ex-husband gets 7 times what she gets monthly.
What? Oh my god.
Yeah.
And mind you, what he gets monthly is some people's entire whole year of income.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's play it like devil's advocate. Let's assume Britney gets $2,000 a week. Okay, so that's $8,000 a month. So in a year, she gets just south of $100,000 annually of her own money. Kevin Federline, off of Britney's child support alone, gets $420,000 a year.
Oh my god.
And he has the nerve to ask for nearly double that amount.
Well, he better enjoy it for a few more years, because those kids are about to be fucking 18.
It's just like, he was a contributor to the entire situation. Or like her being put in this conservatorship. If he had never told her that he was going to take her kids away and she would never see them again, that kind of began her spiral.
Yeah, that was the breaking point, yeah.
There was, was it before or after she shaved her head? The tabloids caught her, like, trying to go to the house to go visit the kids, and he's like, "No, you ain't coming in here."
I think it was before the head shaving.
Yeah.
I think it was right before then. But yeah, she tried to go see the kids, and he was like, "No, you can't see them." And then she was literally sitting on the curb on the side of the road crying. And the paparazzi took pictures of her like that.
I hate it here.
Yeah.
That's so fucked.
I just can't. And I don't know. I really don't know what they think that she's going to do with her money if she has full access to it. Like, I don't know why they're so scared of her to have her own money.
They think she's gonna go buy like 100 yachts or something. I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
So
because
what
she's
is
done that in the past during a spiral. I mean, like, what the fuck? That's how they act, though. Like,
She's gonna blow it all. No, you're doing a great job of that yourselves.
Yeah.
I mean, what celebrity hasn't made outrageous purchases?
Yeah, it's what you do when you
exactly.
yeah,
their money.
when you've got that kind of cash lying around.
And that's the thing
you're
about
gonna do it.
Britney. She doesn't.
No.
Like, I've never seen where she's ever bought anything super outrageous before. I mean, she's a very down home kind of girl. Like we mentioned before, like, she's more than happy to just go buy some cute little knickknacks at Target and call it a day. Like,
Yeah.
This bitch will find an old outfit from years ago and wear it for 3 weeks straight on Instagram.
yes.
Oh,
Yes.
just found
And
this from my 2004 performance at such and such. I'm gonna wear it for a whole month now.
That bitch will recycle like fuck. Like, she will get these outfits from like Zara, or like she'll online shop for clothes, and she'll be so excited when they get there, or one like highlighter green dress, and she will wear it for 3 weeks straight on Instagram. Like, and I'm pretty sure all those videos would be taken in a single day. She just post and post and post. But she's pretty conservative with her clothing purchases. Like, she uses the fuck out of her shit.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I am curious though about how she managed to slide past with the house that she's like buying, that house that she lives in. Like, who on her team was like, yeah, okay, go ahead, and just lets her spend millions of dollars on a house when it's really just her and her dad living there.
Well, it's not even. She even said it in her testimony. She was like, I'm paying all these people and they're all in this house living with me. That's why they were okay with letting her slide and buy a big ass house, because all of them got a fit in it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Brittany, write the check.
I saw somewhere today that someone mentioned that her dad was currently in an RV in Louisiana.
Good.
He better get the fuck out of town. He better.
Bye, bitch.
Hey, you know what? Louisiana's closer to us.
It really is.
On
can pull up on
site.
Jamie and Jamie Lynn.
On
And
site.
Jamie's husband, Jamie.
On site. That's the other fucking thing.
It's a cult. The Spears family is a cult.
Of
And
Jamie.
Britney's the only one who broke the mold.
Yeah.
It's a Jamie cult.
Fuck.
I'm tired. I'm so tired.
What else is there?
She's going to have
I know
another
there's probably
hearing on my
some.
birthday.
Yep, she'll go back to court July 14th. That's when we should know something. I'm hoping, because this has been so public this time, that they'll give her some kind of leeway, because they don't, like, they know the world is watching now.
I will say, in terms of, and Emily D. Baker did touch on this, even if we don't hear anything publicly, like ever again, the fact that this happened when it did, and that we heard what we heard, I mean, in the court of public opinion, and the fact that all eyes are kind of on this, it does favor her somewhat, but it's not going to set in stone anything.
No, it's not going to
just
wave
like
in either direction.
no.
It's got to be done.
It's going to help her case publicly. but it's not going to set anything in stone.
No.
Just like and I hate to say it, and I did have to agree with Emily on this. Her cries for wanting to end the conservatorship without a reevaluation more than likely probably won't happen.
Okay.
If they do go to end the conservatorship, she might have to be reevaluated,
Yeah.
but that's just kind of it's just kind of how things are done.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
But and I mean, hopefully it can be worked out if that's what's going to happen, that the conservatorship should come to an end. Hopefully it can work out in a way that is good and healthy for Britney, because obviously this has not fucking worked and it's not healthy for her. So,
well, right now, I don't know if you saw the latest from this weekend or the last couple of days, but apparently Britney and Sam are currently on vacation. I think I may have read maybe in Hawaii or somewhere tropical.
Mm-hmm.
They were spotted
Good.
on a beach together. No, I don't see that as good, because one thing that she mentioned at least once in her testimony was that she just wants to be able to get on a plane and go on vacation to Maui or wherever with her boyfriend and not have to answer to anyone for it. So it kind of seems to me like her team was like, okay, chill out. You can go on vacation to Maui. Just like chill out. Like kind of like trying to subdue her a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Or like bribe her.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you got your vacation. Just be quiet now.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like,
I think she's too smart.
I don't
to fall
trust
for
this
that.
this vacation.
I think she's too smart to fall for that, though.
She
really
might
do.
be, but she's also a desperate woman at this point. Like,
I mean, you're right.
at this point, I don't see why she wouldn't take any little shot at freedom that she could get.
But I mean, she's got to know that a vacation to Hawaii or whatever is a very fucking
She's
temporary.
probably fully aware that it's an attempt at a bribe. But, I mean, she's still there. And I think that's what it is. Whether she knows or not, that's whatever. She probably does. But that's why I'm not, like, thrilled about her getting on vacation. Because it seems a little ulterior motive-y.
All a bit too coincidental.
Oh, for sure.
Very coincidental.
Oh, God. What else? Was Jamie not there?
No.
Mm-mm. I think he made comments afterwards, like,
Oh, I know he did, but
yeah,
I
that
didn't
was
know if
like,
he was
I'm
there or not.
I don't think he was there, but I know that he made comments afterwards that were like, I'm so sorry that my daughter feels this way.
Yeah.
I miss my daughter and I love her very much.
Prick.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
And her
Big
mom
bullshit.
said that she's worried about her now more than ever. So
No.
they're still trying to paint Britney as this mentally unwell
No.
person to the media.
Not gonna work. Not gonna work.
No.
And Lynn, girl, I had you painted better than that, honestly.
I did
I
too.
thought she was the good parent. No.
I did too. I spoke on her behalf in the first episode to a degree because she was in earlier hearings and stuff like that. She did seem to be very present whenever it came to, who got to make the decisions in terms of Britney's health and things like that. But I think what Lynn was trying to do was just kind of, balance on the fence. She wanted to benefit from what she could get to Britney, but she also wanted to seem like a very good mom. And now that fence has just been shaken. And
after this hearing,
she can't
my
save
mindset,
herself. No,
my
fuck
mindset,
all the
I'm
Spearses.
just like, yeah, I'm just at this point, I'm like, if you're getting a free ride from Britney, you ain't riding for Britney. Like,
Nope.
Period.
No.
I don't trust anyone around her anymore. Like, the little bit of hope I had for, like, Lynn, or I always felt a little bit weird about Jamie Lynn, but I still hoped because that was her sister, but no, it's everyone. It's literally everyone. Yeah. So, Britney does want the right to hire her own attorney, that's another really weird facet of the entire case. It's like, she's only allowed to have a court-appointed attorney. How does that not make it seem like the court is being paid off by Jamie Spears?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Boom. Shakalaka.
I mean,
And the
it seems
same
like
with-
he's got everyone in this room in his pocket. Judge Penny,
What,
Brittany's
her-
attorney, his attorney, obviously.
Oh,
her
Britney even said
psychiatrist or
she
what, her
was.
therapist, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got no choice in that, so they're always going to say what Jamie wants.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she
And
No
they
one can
won't
argue
unseal
with
her
it.
medical records. They won't unseal her medical records. So
And
it
she
seems like
said-
everyone in this situation is working for Jamie.
Which, in turn, they're fucking working for her because you think that's not his money.
She
That's not
is
his fucking
paying
money.
all of these people to imprison her. Jamie Spears he didn't do shit. He was a sometimes chef. That's it. So, yeah.
Fucking,
Jamie Spears.
Because
It's
Brittany
on
even said
site,
she was
motherfucker.
on site. Because Brittany even said she was like, the fact that the state of California can sit back, watch me make millions of dollars, pay these people, and then tell me I can't do things. Like, that's giving the people who I'm paying way too much fucking power.
She
And
even
she's
said
right.
that her attorneys told her not to speak about what happens to her in the conservatorship. They told her not to talk about it because it would make her look mentally unstable. Her own attorney. Which I don't know if that attorney was referencing Sam Ingham or not. She may have a team of attorneys. I don't know. But she did say that she was advised by her attorneys not to tell anyone about this ever.
Ryan's head has been down like the whole time.
It's just a lot more to fucking process and take in now, and it's just progressively gets worse and worse and worse.
She was threatened into performing in 2018 when she had 104-degree fever.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. That was another thing that came out. I've just got this article pulled up, making sure I don't forget anything. I don't know. Oh, there was the other part where her team was specifically arranging for her to go to therapy at one specific place because it's a paparazzi hotspot.
Yeah.
So the paparazzi would always see her leaving therapy.
Crying, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Because when you go to therapy, I mean, that's you're emotional.
Yeah.
So
Every
they
Monday
would always
I
catch
cry.
her coming out.
And the paparazzi, the reason why she needs a therapist.
Yeah.
Fortunately,
Well,
the
apart from everything
paparazzi
else as
industry
well, but-
it's on a slow downward slope, fortunately, with Instagram and all these social media sites being a thing. So hopefully it dies out soon.
Oh,
but
it'll
it's
never
on
die
its
out.
way out.
Well, I think
Well, if it's obsolete,
There's always-
then
There's always those people trying to get that $1 million shot.
yeah.
they've just found new means. Like there's even like a fucking like YouTube paparazzi dude, like the Hollywood Fix or some shit like that. They're gonna find new
it's not the
means.
same. It's not the same kind of culture it was in the early and mid 2000s, though, where it's like 1,000 of them swarming a single restaurant or whatever. Because, like I said, social media has rendered them pretty much useless. Yeah, there's always a chance to get that one shot you may not get anywhere else, but I'm sure soon magazines and all the places that even buy paparazzi photos will also be rendered obsolete
Yeah.
because paper is just going the way of
Excuse me.
dead, pretty much. And let's talk about Perez Hilton putting hashtag free Britney on Twitter.
Fuck you, Perez Hilton. Okay, fuck you.
I just randomly thought about that, talking about paparazzi, yeah. He put out a tweet about the Britney hearing, hashtag free Britney. He's one of the reasons
You know,
why.
Hashtag fuck Perez Hilton for a number of fucking reasons, okay? He outed men in Hollywood. He targeted Britney like a motherfucker. And then had the nerve to write that shit ass article about her after that performance that she did at I think it was the VMAs or some bullshit. If I'm not mistaken, I seen it just the other day. On his shitty website, one of the things that he wrote, it was the whole caption of it, Britney is R word, which is the word for like a mental handicapness.
Right.
Like you fucking moron. Fuck Perez Hilton. Fuck his clique and everything he fucking stands for. Sorry, that just pissed me off.
I'm not sorry. That dude, like, he's... Apparently in recent years, he's all about, undoing his mistakes from the past. His site was...
Apologize to Britney then.
You better play some catch up.
I'll admit, as a teenager, I used to look at his site, and all the time I would wonder, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? He used to he'd post pictures of, like, female, celebrities, or even if it was a gay male celebrity, he would put these pictures on there where he'd just, like, go into Microsoft Paint and, like, draw cum coming out of their mouth or like dumb shit like that on the pictures, and then he would post them. Like, he was just fucking disgusting. But yeah, he apologizes for his treatment of Britney following her testimony.
Has he said that to her directly?
Probably not. And don't get me fucking started on Justin Timberlake either.
Oh,
not
God,
in that's
what,
what
bloody night.
Don't do it in a fucking tweet. Don't do it on a fucking Instagram post. Don't do it on a fucking Notes app apology. Pick up your fucking phone, get in the DM, get the number, call these people up, apologize. Then talk to us after.
I want to take a moment to just read Perez's open letter to Britney following her VMA's performance. What was it, 2007, I think, when Gimme More, when she did that whole...
It was either
2007
it was
or... bad.
Yeah, it was either 2007 or 2008. I can't quite remember.
So this, I believe it was during the spiral, right before the conservatorship got slapped on her. She was going through a lot. She was depressed. She had two kids back to back. She was probably going through postpartum depression. Like, her husband, like Kevin Federline, I think they had just split up, or they were going through some messy shit with a divorce.
And her team, by the way, should never let her fucking do that performance.
No.
Never.
No.
Slapped those shitty Jessica Simpson extensions on her and said, "Go ahead, darling."
She was going through a lot in a really public way, and this isn't any new information to us. Like, all of the gossip mags and stuff like that, they were reporting that she was going through this stuff in real time. So, anyway, here's Perez's open letter to Britney the day after that performance. Dear Britney, fuck you. Fuck you. We are insulted, offended, and disgusted by your performance at the VMAs. Are you fucking serious? What you did was disrespectful to your few remaining fans, and it was disrespectful to MTV. You didn't even try. You should have just canceled, bitch. Your performance was beyond pathetic. The old Britney Spears, who was at one point, a long time ago, truly great, would be embarrassed by your lack of professionalism and utterly shittiest appearance at the VMAs. Where was Chris Angel? Where was the magic? And by magic, we don't mean any tricks or illusions. You seemed dead on stage. You have lost that spark and shine that used to ooze out of you. We all know you lip sync, but you couldn't even do that well at the VMAs, and you barely danced. You couldn't even get good hair extensions. You have no one to blame but for your failure but you. There was no way you were going to be good. You were out partying every night before the VMAs for 3 days in a row until almost sunrise. You were probably still drunk or high during your performance. You almost tripped a few times, you fucking mess. That's just, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he has the nerve to post Free Britney on Twitter.
Yeah, fuck that asshole.
Yeah, no, he can go fuck himself.
Disrespectfully
at that.
The rest of it is right here. A true professional will deliver no matter what. Let's repeat that. It's worth repeating. A true professional will deliver no matter what. What you did was inexcusable. Your new manager, Jeff Quantinitz, should be ashamed of himself. You have tainted his reputation, and everyone at his company, the firm, should run and hide. Your record label, Jive, must be thrilled. You should apologize to everyone, Britney. You are pathetic. Fuck you. XOXO Perez. P.S. Your beer belly looked hot. P.S. number 2. Thank God for Alicia Keys. She is the real deal. She killed it. She is what the VMA should be all about, blah, blah. P.S. number 5. We hope you are getting help, Brittany. Seriously, sincerely, you need help. We hope you have a good psychiatrist.
I didn't even know that he made that beer belly comment. Has he not looked in the fucking mirror lately?
Somebody that. Jeez, where did that come from?
Yeah. Yeah. But, he posted all this shit in the mid-2000s about every celebrity, pretty much. And now people are I don't even know how he's still in the picture. But people are like, didn't you say this about this person back then? And he's like, I'm very sorry for what I said back then. Every time. It's like, just fucking go somewhere.
Honey, Perez Hilton barely has any of the relevancy that he used to have. And he wishes he did. That's why he's so goddamn sorry now.
Has been, yeah.
Guilty pleasure admission. I've been watching the new Hills, like the Hills New Beginnings or whatever, and they have Misha Barton from the OC on there, which is like a really weird casting choice for, like, it's a reality show, and I'm like, what does she have to do with anything? Anyway, she was one that Perez Hilton bullied and ridiculed the fuck out of on his website back in the day. And there was an episode on The Hills where she, like, confronts him at a party, and he's like, I swear on my kid's life, I am so sorry, and I hope you forgive me, yada yada. And I'm just like, how many times do you have to go through this before you just decide to disappear from Hollywood? Because no one fucking likes you. Like, you are a monster.
Take whatever shitty fucking money you made, whatever dirty money you made, and just quietly disappear from the internet.
I feel like he was a major catalyst for the downfall of a lot of those young female celebrities back then. Britney Spears, Misha Barton, Lindsay Lohan, Amy Winehouse. Don't fucking get me started on Perez Hilton and the Amy Winehouse situation, because he ridiculed her relentlessly as well leading up to her death. That dude he's gay, but he hates women. And I'm not like, it's just alarming. That man he just hates women. I don't know what else to say about it. So yeah, fuck Perez Hilton. Fuck his apology. Fuck Justin Timberlake too, while we're at it. They're all trash.
Fuck anyone and everyone who stood by and let any of this shit happen that we even have to talk about any of this. Fuck us.
Did you know?
Even fuck us for even having to buying into whatever idea that they may have tried to sell to us. Even if we believed it for a second. Fuck us. Fuck us for not being decent human beings to Britney. She deserves all the apologies in the world, and she absolutely deserves to live the rest of her life making her own decisions and taking care of herself and her family and doing what's right for her and to be happy.
Yeah. Anyway, another fun fact I learned about Justin Timberlake today. Besides Cry Me a River, he apparently also wrote a song with, it was another music artist or band or something. And it was pretty much about Britney Spears' conservatorship situation.
Stop it.
And there was an entire music video. And the actress who played her looked like Britney again, like it did in Cry Me a River. And the things that happened in the music video to this woman mimicked what Britney said she had been going through in her testimony. I just cannot remember who he wrote it with. I just read about it today, but it came out a long time ago. So it's like Justin Timberlake too has been complicit in the whole situation. And he's only just now like, oh my God, you guys, we need to rally around Britney and get her out of this situation. She needs to be free. Bitch, you fucking known. Like, God, I'll have to, I don't remember what that song or who the...
It wasn't 50 Cent, was it?
No. I'm going to look it up. I want to give it to our listeners. Oh, God.
Fucking made the mistake of not putting my heater in my room. Fucking cold.
Duran. It was called Falling Down. He wrote it with Duran. It came out in, let's see.
No.
Duran and Justin Timberlake. That is not a combo you'd put together. Wow.
It came out in November 2007.
Well, I don't fucking know.
The band has publicly stated that pop star Britney Spears served as inspiration for the main character in the music video.
Great.
So now we have to cancel Duran too.
All y'all apologize to Britney. Apologize to her. Apologize to her. And say it with your whole
apologize.
ass chest.
Use your fucking voices.
Say it with your whole ass chest. What the fuck you did and what you're sorry for.
I mean, yeah, but also use your voice and your influence and your power to help get her out of this situation. Like, get the word out. Like, bring awareness to the situation. These people are so powerful. It's like Jamie Spears literally has no power except for Britney's money. That's his... And look at how many people he controls. And then you have people who knew about this situation, like Justin Timberlake, for one. I'm sure, as much as I now love Paris Hilton, I'm pretty sure she had some kind of inkling of an idea that this was happening to Britney. And she's so powerful and rich. It's like, y'all couldn't have done anything. You couldn't have gone to Judge Penny and been like, hey, whatever Jamie's paying you, I'll pay you triple to get Britney out of this situation. What? I mean, I know it doesn't work like that, but come on, they're all on his or her payroll. Like, let's not act like that's not a thing. So anyway. A lot of new information tonight. Sorry about it.
Free Britney.
Fucking free Britney, bitch.
Bring out the cake.
I'm sure we'll I don't know when we're gonna do another, or if we'll do another free actually we are gonna do another Free Britney episode no matter what the outcome of the July 14th hearing is.
We're gonna see
it through, my boy. You got to see it through. So hopefully the next time we do a Free Britney episode, it will be good news. Fingers crossed.
We're getting there.
It's Amber's birthday, so it's gonna be a good day. It has to be a good day.
Yes.
So, but I think that's all I have. I'm amazed. I feel like we've been going for 3 hours, but it's only been like an hour 20.
Yeah, no, I'm proud of us.
But
I'm proud of us.
It feels so long. Yeah, I think that's all I have on the.
That's all I got. Like I said, the only thing I suggest is absolutely please check out Emily D. Baker on YouTube if you want a more in-depth analysis and thoughts on what could happen in the future. She's a really, really smart lady, knows her shit.
We don't know yet about season 5, like date or schedule just yet.
Right.
Yeah.
But it is coming.
It's coming. We will keep you apprised. Oh, okay.
Just don't do that.
No.
My entire system, my Discord just froze, and I'm like, what the fuck? Anyway, season 5 is on its way. We just don't have a date for you guys yet.
We keep an eye on all our
So-
socials for any further updates. Any and all.
Yes, please.
Any and all updates.
Yes. July's bonus episode will be out on July 15th, and we have a very special treat for you guys. We're very excited about it, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We appreciate you listening. We just found out that we are in the top 10% of 2.5 million podcasts
2.5.
globally.
But fuck, I still
That's
can't
crazy.
get over that fucking number.
So
I mean, that's still a lot in the top 10%,
well, yeah,
but the
it's
fact
still
that
200.
we're in
in
that,
10%.
we're in there.
Yeah.
It's I mean the 10% is like what 250,000
250,000,
podcasts,
yeah,
but
which
that's
is-
like globally,
That's-
come on.
That it means a fucking lot. And if you're listening to this, we appreciate
you.
you and we love you and we thank you so fucking much for believing in us.
Can I just?
enough
I just want to.
Yeah.
enough to listen.
I just want to say one comment about that. When you sent that, Jess, to our Jar group chat, I'll be honest, I was in the bathroom, right? I won't say what I was doing, but I was in the bathroom, and
Please don't say what you're doing.
Shitting or jerking.
I was shitting.
Both.
I was not at the same time. Jesus Christ. And I was obviously I saw the screen and I was just like, holy shit! And with that, I had my folks from outside the bathroom go, "You okay in there?" And I was like,
What do you call those when you're getting a blowjob while you're taking a shit? What's it called, a blumpkin?
That's a
"Oh
blumpkin.
my god!
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing."
Look, I've just heard of it.
But yeah,
Dougie looks so disappointed that we know what that's called and that there's a name for it.
I
and
didn't
like,
know there was a name for
The
it.
fact that it
I
exists.
No, I was just excited to see that. That's a yes, and I said, "Drunk you," because fuck, that is a huge number.
yes, thank you for your listenership. Please continue to spread the word.
Yes.
Our free Britney episodes have been such a big hit for just the show overall. So share, rate, review, download, please. We do have some new free Britney merch on our store that Ryan has just made, so you can show your support as well as listening.
Yeah, that's what that.
We do still have our Pride merch up, which is not going anywhere. No
No,
rush on that.
it's not
But
stay for now.
we do have a discount on our free Britney merch for now
Mhm.
until Britney's free.
Yes.
That is not an exaggeration
No,
at all.
it's,
There's not an expiration. As long as Britney is imprisoned, then this discount code will be active. So you can apply Britney40 on our website to get 40% off of your purchase. Because our queen's going to be 40 this year, so
Good vibes.
yes, good vibes. So hopefully that discount will end sooner rather than later. Anyway, we will see you guys in a couple weeks for the bonus
Yes.
episode. Thank you for joining us.
We'll see you soon, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.